France has fallen. What next? Hello everyone, this of course is Gamer1745 here, and we are playing Hearts of Iron 4's Black Ice. Those are important elements. We are, who was it? And I've been saving some memes. I think it was Blackjack Pershing said, either it was infantry or soldiers, I forget which, win battles, but logistics wins wars. So what we're looking at, and one of the titles, subtitles, whatever, it changes a bit at times, is the economy here, and what to produce, how to balance everything out. How is it not? I do not have, and a few people have asked, I do not have yet. You should build civilian industry, here, civilian factories until X year, and then switch over to military, and make sure you have X or Y amount of dockyards or whatever. This is very complicated. I don't know, it may be too complicated. And I don't mean too complicated as in, hey, you're too stupid to figure this out. I don't think I'm too stupid to figure this out. What I mean too complicated is, one, for enjoyment. Okay, these games are not meant, I'll get back to some of the chat comments in a moment here, are not meant to be a chore. These games are meant to be fun. It's the game part as opposed to simulation. Now, I'm not complaining about the economy, that it is too complicated. I'm just saying, are we, and one of the elements here we're looking at, for me, is, and I know it's a real thing, but was it really ever a decision point, a metric that decided the outcome? Was horse transport? How much of this is building these things is raising the horses? How much is making the wagons? Wagons, yes, they use some metal. Absolutely, they use a lot of wood. They take effort. I'm not suggesting they don't, but are they? I could see scraping up, half-heartedly scraping up divisions in China. Do not have enough wagons. Now, at least I'm picturing carts and two-wheeled ones, and made almost entirely of wood, so that they yes, include everything, just sort of most everything made out of wood, and so they fall apart quicker, but they're not maybe doing strategic movement so much on foot. And we could look at really some of the real lesser economies around might, but I just don't know that, for all of the effort that I've put into this, is this really a production or field or whatever decision point? Now, trucks obviously are. Why? Because I could really only possibly say the U.S. was the one nation that, once it got going, was not limited in the number of motorized divisions, because we are looking at basically a divisional scale game here, by how many trucks it could produce. Now, it might be limited by how many trucks it could supply. One, get the truck across the ocean, basically, because basically everywhere it's fighting has to get them across the ocean. And then spare parts, and fuel for them, and deciding, hey, well, this is, infantry division is going to have, um, you know, um, motorization, but not because out only in special cases like the mules that were being used in Burma. Um, the U.S. does not use in World War II. Now, leading up to it, still has a few cavalry units and still a little bit of horses around, but does not use horses. It uses motorized transport. And I do know that, I forget which infantry division, it was sort of nicknamed a circus because the divisional commander um, ordered and had organized up them capturing and reusing German, and sort of rare, not German trucks, as well as German fight, some Panthers, our armored half tracks and that kind of stuff, quickly slapping big white stars on everything. Try not to be shot by your own side. And this was very much in a case of trying to motorize it more, both tactically and strategically. And by the difference, and I will get to the chat, I do see D Green up there, and what is that? Zero. Hello. I'll get to your chats. So in a moment. That tactically, in the sense of motorization, is we're moving this battalion, within a division, this battalion or company from point A to point B for combat reasons. Strategically, is we're just moving the division from in this game, from province to province. Motorization helps both in a specific battle as well as moving a unit from province to province, because if I either see a weakness in an enemy, or the enemy finds a weakness in me, having motorization to exploit or defend those events out helps you in combat. So I totally get motorization, because whether it's the Soviets, I think the most Soviet trucks, I think, though I'm sure we don't have very good numbers, are American. I mean, they make a lot of Gauze trucks, but they use a lot of Studebakers too. So hell of a lot, as in tens of thousands. So I don't know what is most. And the British still make a lot of Bedfords and others trucks too, but they use lots of American trucks as well. So it is a limiting factor on, one, how many divisions do you can you motorize, and two, with combat losses, are you do you replace, and you do lose trucks in combat, are you replacing the trucks in a current motorized unit, or are you making new ones, new units? So that is a good thing to have in the game. I'm still not sure whether like horse transport. I know they have a searchlight here for garrison equipment, but I really, really, really have a hard time trying to understand what garrison equipment is, and I'm stuck making huge amounts of it. To me, garrisons either are made up of standard units using standard equipment, or they have subunits here, in this game terms, that are their order of battle is different in the subunit, which may be just less transport. And so whether you're simulating it the less transport here in the sense of, you know, requiring less transport units to be made, or if there is, which I'm just looking at this, yeah. So now, and again, this is appropriate, you know, 10 trucks for one of these. Oh, this is this for the whole. This is for the whole. Yeah, for the whole division here. You know, 10 trucks and 20, you know, off-road cars, if you will. Yeah, it seems about right. And just have a much slower moving, because you just don't have the logistical support, and also representing more out-of-date equipment. So I don't know if they're going too hard, but that's what we're looking at here with this series. Like I say, you know, I wish I could be going and saying, hey, this is, you know, you need to make this, you need to make this, and you do all this kind of stuff, and this is your metrics you need to be successful, you know, as Germany or a particular nation. So I am far from that, but I don't know if anybody really has come up with those things, but we're taking a look at it. Now I do like a lot of what's going on. This isn't just a complaint fest, but this is what we're looking at. And right, and I'm going to look at all the chat that I've been ignoring while I've been pontificating on before we get really playing. Need to get back into this mod, trying to learn it. Okay, Holiday Punch. The war goes both well and frustratingly. We can talk about that. And yes, hello, Zero. Black Eye certainly goes overboard, diving into minutia, various components of divisions and game mechanics with so many levels and details. For good or for bad, management is hard. Yes, and again, I do want something more detailed, a bit more management detailed, if you will, or whatever, than your standard version of Hearts of Iron. So yes, it is good, but is it just going too far? And bouncing up. Hello, ZZ. How you doing, my friend? And Gustav Devlich. Hopefully I'm getting that right. Yesterday on some of that, around 400 Soviet trucks and 250,000. Oh, very good. 250,000 Studebaker trucks. Studebaker carried 50% more cargo and weight, more reliable. Oh, I'm sure it's more reliable. So yes, so if you're carrying 50% more cargo, it's not double the cargo, but okay. So even with that, you're still not getting to the same logistical movement as the 400K. And thank you for the details. It's probably mostly Gaz trucks, GAZ. You're getting to be more like around 350,000. So you're almost doing for logistical as much you know, carrying weight as the Soviets. Now, so that is almost in a practical sense, because they may have also sent Dodge and Ford trucks as well. So I don't know how much. And there is a tendency within Lend-Lease to send certain types of models to certain destinations, both in the sense of not complicating their logistical maintenance, but also in sort of what's left over out of America's needs. Are you going to fight in the Africa? Well, hello, Nico Mason. That's where we're going to be looking at and somewhat deciding right now. Yes, Arno saying hello to all. Gareth used to outfit units that are in the game to cover. Yes, they are. Without proper garrison stockpiles, these hidden divisions take much higher attrition rates, and constantly, and you lose the war because of it. Yes, you use, and I'm still not sure, and I know people said you don't, but, and I'm not talking about compliance, I'm talking about resistance. I'm still not sure whether garrison units on the map affect, I know people have said they don't since La Resistance, don't affect the resistance. I'm not talking about compliance, but it does seem to me, I haven't tested it out. It does seem to me that having some units on the map seems to help, but I am not sure of this. What I do know is, and so these units, from a combat standpoint, were never meant to be anything significant. What they are meant to be, and we can look at these, which are a different, slightly different garrison unit, are meant to be somewhat like here bluffs against the AI, because I don't know that the AI really knows how strong these are or how weak they are. I think it has an idea. But we're also going to be stationing a lot of these along ports. That's part of the reason I'm building them. Should probably build better, but I am looking at that. And so that, hey Ragnar, how you doing? Over on Twitch, years ago, players didn't like shifting actual units around to manage resistance, but just decided to. Yes, and the main view here is here, and well, which is really going to mess with my because do we need 400 or 100? Let's look at the Grenwatch art. No, okay, Grenwatch or suppression division, 93 or 109, and 100 512 versus 552. Because the suppression division is what I created, which is just sort of a minimal. So I think, as opposed for Belgium right now, as an infantry division, this infantry division, production cost per suppression, manpower. Use default infantry division. So yeah, I think for the suppression division hardness, I think we will do better with this, and we will need 15. That's what, right? Okay. And let's also do this. I know this is going to gut, and this is part of, now here right now, the only thing we are dealing with is out here. French Republic, I don't think we're occupying any of the actual French Republic, are we? Oh, well, I guess this is considering here. Yeah. So we need massive amounts of crap that I don't know when the hell we're going to make enough of. Looks like, well, we're okay. Well, we'll get to what's frustrating me. Hello, Battle Droid. How you doing? What grain mechanic is it? Supply it. We now, or what's been here is what you see the grain mechanic. I don't know if anybody in chat has got. They don't. You're saying the green. Well, okay, then if they don't, they don't. I still want to use them as bluff divisions, and I'll get rid of the interior. It is food. They have added food, which and we can look here, civilian consumption, core population, non-core, how much military consumption, armed forces, garrisons, and training. So this is a national food stockpile situation. So we do have that. That's what that right, industry rework. Right. Okay. So green has got that. Okay. So I lost twice as Italy. Last time Spain has won by the commies and become commie. UK decided to put trade unions into government. France became commie. Alliance without Germany. Germany decided instead. Now, was that with Black Ice or just Hearts of Iron? And were you playing with historical options checked, Rhaegar? I would be interested to know the historical options and whether that's Black Ice or just standard. According to your division layout, you need 104 garrison unit divisions just to hold Poland. With civilian oversight, you might try adjusting the divisions also. Yeah, you know my question, but is there any way how? Well, it's gonna be a while still to get to tank. I'm using an old backup version of before Paradox decided. Okay, when you had enough XP, you could just click and click. Okay, yes. Okay, France, like Fallujah, about 3 months. Yes, certainly want to cover ports against landings by the Allies because F the Allies. Right. Yeah, and so part of covering the ports from the Allies, I do believe, is literally just having a unit there and the uh, the AI sees unit and doesn't invade. We're going to put 3 right up along there. So we're covering the ports here before the AIs really get the AI really gets a chance to invade. Yeah, let's put 1 out here. This is a tough call. Yeah, it's a tough call as to whether you just decide to have the Channel Islands is non-occupiable, whether that should be best or not. Get you there via trains. We want you there this century. Get to Nantes. Get to La Rochelle. And we'll get to the front. Why I'm frustrated with the victory here, and we'll get to there. All right. So those are moving. What are we doing along this coast here? There. Let's move you to Antwerp. I know these units won't fight as much as anything, but still, still somewhat useful, I would say. Well, send 1 more out to Brest. I think we already have 1 coming out there. Original before and I attacked Turkey early. Yeah. Yeah, earlier it was. Yes, and thanks, Arno, if people would. And give the stream thumbs up over on YouTube. It does help. Okay. So that's going well. Now, my frustrating bit is this. And I was actually looking at this last night before going to bed and trying to figure out where we were going and with the, forward. And I know, and I got used to with Hearts of Iron 3 Black Ice, which I still love. Just being able to like declare war against uh, Yugoslavia and push down into Greece, because Greece was normally aligned with it. And the Italians are here. Now, the Italians stupidly attacked Greece in this game. Now, fair enough, historically, they stupidly attacked Greece. Now, had someone post that, well, it was the Greek Navy that kept the Italians from doing any naval landings. The Greek Navy really hardly existed, people, in 1940. Or it just really did. It was a few destroyers, maybe a couple of cruisers that were pathetic. The between the Italian Air Force and the Italian Navy could easily cover screen. The only thing you had to, the only thing that would limit the invasions, naval invasions of Greece, would be the Royal Navy. But where really stupidly I say in this is, Italy attacks Greece before the the French were defeated in the formation of Vichy France. Yes, I do know that there is a vestigial France here that's, may exist. I don't know, of free France, but in an exile. So Italy would not have added Greece to the fight while they were still fighting in France. Now, maybe 5 days after the fighting is finished in France, then declare war. So the national focus or whatever on the Italian tree needs to have a check for, because not everything should be by, by dates. Some things are done by dates, but things should also have, and they do have, this, and this is where Balkan dominance is, does not have enemies in the Balkans. Now, is Greece in the Balkans? Yeah, it is, just sort of barely, as opposed to being a Mediterranean country. Is Turkey in the Balkans? Well, the European side of Turkey, I would sort of say, is in the Balkans. But, so where do you draw these lines? And so I can't do Balkans dominance right now. So that is part of what is frustrating here is the focus tree. Should you does not have enemies? Okay, that seems reasonable. Seems okay. Should I have done this earlier? Maybe much earlier, before going to even war with anybody? Quite possibly, but I was doing other national focuses. Yes, you're not supposed to be able to do all of the national focuses, or you're supposed to have to delay some. But now if you want to force me to delay some of these, which they did, and have things like is at war, which you can see is checked here, that's fine. Other ones, okay. So I'm a little frustrated, not massively, but a little frustrated over not being able to push into here. So let's see. Hello, Sophia Panagaku. How you doing? RAF was protecting Greek ships, the RAF. Yes, I'm sure they were, but there was somewhere between none and very minor RAF in Greece on the day that Italy declares war against Greece and attacks. Okay? So you could have landing forces. I was going to say divisions, but I don't know. You can have landing forces out at sea, set them up here, out at sea just prior to the declaration of war, and within the first 12 to 24 hours be landing, say, here at Olympia. And then the RAF, and particularly in Greece, is not a. I mean, yes, the RAF um, still is not really using, at night, at this time, but particularly in Greece, is not using radar for like they were in, and we're talking again 1940, 1941 in night operations. Yes, they have, chain home and whatnot, radar, ground based radar, but they don't have aircraft based radar. Now, if you don't know, by 44, the British and the Americans were running aircraft out here at night with radar, picking up subs. Now, subs, have a smaller radar signature. The radar on the aircraft wasn't very long range, and then of course they also have night fighters, night interceptors and whatnot going on. But yeah, in 1944 or some date like that, the RAF and the Americans really could have strike groups picking up, transports running at night, coming, resupplying and offloading and attacking effectively at night, but not here. Now, I don't know that you want to do initial naval landings at night. That'd probably just be utter chaos, and the Greeks could just sit there and drink their ouzo and laugh at the Italians, bumping into each other and sinking themselves on a night invasion. But once you're there and once you secured things up, because the Italians were running night, resupply into ports in North Africa, they could have readily done that here. So the RAF at night, and the RAF, where is it going to be? It's not going to be, and I don't know the strength, but I know they're still fighting in North Africa. They're still trying to protect Malta and other things like this. They're not going to have RAF everywhere. RAF over frontline combat operations. Once they get up here, they're not going to have RAF protecting their resupply operations, as well as having enough to do that. It's just not enough everywhere. All right. Okay. Say at least HOI IV Greece is important resources of some industry. Italy just invaded Greece because they look like an easy target. Absolutely, Holiday Punch. And hello, MNDB. Okay, so we are currently doing Western knowledge, which does limit what we can't do. And I'm not entirely against the idea of national focus tree here. It's just, again, conditions. So, do we want to next do Operation Weserbrung? I'm sure I'm butchering that. Or do we leave the Scandinavians alone? It's January 1941. Plenty of time to shift our forces to the east to be ready for even a spring invasion of the Soviet Union, whatever our version of Barbarossa would be. Or do we move down into North Africa? Now we can see here the British have taken Tripoli with naval invasions, and the Greeks, it looks like they're okay-ish over here, but only ish, and they've got cut off here. So, and they control Tripoli, unlike in real life. So they are they're not. I'm not saying there's zero danger of forces being cut off from supply, and because we see these guys out in the desert not doing well, but they're not. It isn't, lost. North Africa isn't lost now. So yes, I'm sure they, Sophia, that they sent a few planes to the RAF. but not enough to stop a proper planned invasion. That's what I'm talking about. A proper planned invasion. It was just Italy effing up badly. Or do we try to do it all at once? Well, I don't, whether I've built enough forces, and we can see here, there are a bunch of historically available, including refit of some of these units. I don't think I am ready to do it all. You know, go north, go east, go south. So the realities of this situation, I think we're going to work to secure the Mediterranean. I don't know if that includes getting Gibraltar, but it definitely includes trying to. These guys here are going to, I presume, because they were over here when the peace broke out, and these are Vichy, so I think they're going to head back and deal with things here. But I don't know if that's going to be enough to secure the British, truly take Cairo and whatnot. So that's what we're going to look at doing that, as well as getting ready to visit my friends up in Norway. And hello, Darth Jar Jar. I have no idea how to play for and don't even have it. Well, maybe you'll still be an interesting to watch, or if you can watch some old War Thunder footage or something. I don't know. So Sea Lion. Now, for multiple reasons, I tend to ignore the possibility of Sea Lion. I do not have any airborne divisions. I do not have any significant. I think I have like 14, air transports. I'll say this, and I could be entirely wrong, and some of it can be me in that I didn't build enough military ICs, but I don't think they're enough to. I don't think there is enough to build Germany's historical military. Okay. Whatever garrison equipment is, again, I'm still not sure, and I don't know, what is garrison equipment different than infantry equipment? They both use uniforms, I presume. I mean, they wear clothing. They would both have, now maybe more support equipment for a garrison, or more for a non-garrison unit than a garrison unit. Just because priorities, and get your support equipment to it. More radios they're up here for a standard division than a garrison unit. Certainly. There would be even after leftover, and I would say that there was larger than in this game capturing of equipment, because Germany recaptures large, as in 50,000. Not that I don't know what each one of these equipment, whether they equate, are we only really, I don't think this is meant to be only really 117 rifles a day. I think it's meant to be like 1,017 rifles a day, or 1,170 rifles a day, or whatever it is. But they recaptured tens of thousands at different points of German World War I rifles from, places like Belgium, France, Yugoslavia, that had been given to them, those nations, as war reparations. that much of it had just been stored away, including thousands of MG08s and other stuff. So I'm still because this is garrison equipment in parentheses Gewehr 98. Yes, well, Germany also still had many tens, if not hundreds of thousands of Gewehr 98s in storage, and they were used for garrison equipment. So again, but what I'm looking at is I'm not producing enough aircraft. I don't think I'm anywhere near the historical levels of aircraft. Definitely don't have enough transport aircraft, and I don't know the numbers, but I'm just sure that I don't have enough air transport to meet the historical level, and definitely not enough air transport for me to be comfortable with doing a airborne invasion. And I'm not saying it's purely an airborne invasion, but I mean dropping a division or two, even if I had a paratrooper division or two, and then maybe air supplying it while doing a naval invasion. So I'm just basically did not plan for it, and I'm operating under the presumption that there's enough, and there may not be, because maybe the British have moved everything to the Mediterranean or something. This may be entirely empty space. If I just showed up with, these crappy units, I could walk all over it, maybe, but I'm presuming I don't. Like to watch one of the, okay, you like to watch it, don't know how to play it, don't have the mind for logistics. Oh, I understand it. Germany never would have pulled off Sea Lion at best. Air Superior would have helped daylight hours. Yeah. Any gun better than no gun. Oh, absolutely. And for garrison units, any World War II manufactured basic rifle is an acceptable rifle. Okay, do we have Romulus? I guess we don't. Okay, Rommel, I guess, doesn't have it. All right, well. Okay, Guderian. Let's get all of Guderian's units. What we're going to do... Okay. Command decision time making. Dietl is going to get his 5 divisions, put them on trains, and move them down here. So that means we are delaying going north. We're going to come to Guderian. And we're going to send Guderian down here with armor. I think... Oh, let's look. We got a lot of French trucks. They did get lots of French trucks. But I'm still not ready, I don't think, to upgrade some of my divisions. So I think what we're going to do here is, we really like von Manstein, at least I do, but we're going to give this over to Ray. And since they're all, we're going to put them on trucks. I think we're going to move them down to Marsala down here. I think we're going to get across to Tunis and just push this way instead of getting into this mess. I don't have compatible ammo for that rifle, then another rifle type just straight. Okay, absolutely right, Ragar, but 2 things. We're talking about garrison units, and so we're talking about garrison units in France. Well, France has huge stockpiles of French ammunition. Okay. One. And two, what are they going to use ammunition for? Seriously. We're talking garrisons. You got your, your Moss 36 rifle. Let's just say it's instead of the old Lebel, an 8mm. You got the Moss 36 and 7.5mm rifle. What are you gonna do with it? You're gonna have ammo pouches with ammo in them, and you're gonna march around. You're gonna, right shoulder, left shoulder, port arms, stand around. You're gonna periodically put the bayonet on and go stand around out in front of some, unfortunate person's house while they go in and arrest him, keeping the crowd back. And maybe once in a while you're guarding a bridge and some partisans are going to come up and go maybe with their Sten guns go because they want to blow the bridge up, and you're going to go bang, bang. And so you got your ammo pouches full, and when they're empty. But they would be empty anyways when they're empty. And if you have a box of ammo at whatever bunker for guarding the bridge or something, maybe. But you're just playing dress up soldier. You're garrisoning. You're not fighting on the front line. Now, if the Allied landing shows up, whether it's in Norway and the Netherlands or down in France or someplace like that. And okay, you're gonna, we're the nasty Nazis, and so you're gonna do firing squad duty. Well, you can dig up. I know it's a logistic. Sure, you can dig up. So that it really doesn't matter that much. It matters, yes, but it doesn't matter that much. It matters a bit. I want to get a Lebel from my collection. Well, cool, Dark Jar. That would be cool. I wouldn't mind having one of those. I have a Savoie bayonet that is not serial number matching the different parts to it, but it's a French Savoie, about a 1.5 feet long. Pre-World War, I think goes back to like the Graz rifle or whatever. I'm not exactly sure what it went on. Yeah, I got one of those. Bayonet. Don't have that. So, it does, but you can just simply organize up better horses here. Now, we have Ritter von Thoma. Oh, maybe we're going to keep him in charge there. But, yeah, I think we will move you also down to Italy. I'm not sure where for sure just yet, but we can send you down here. Now, I'm going to use motorized primarily, motorized and armored forces. Yeah, we're going to have a few of these infantry divisions. For North Africa, so we're not putting too many units and overstressing with the supply situation too much with large forces. We also have this division. Okay, we're going to yes, well, this is yeah, what's your order of battle here? Not that great. Is that in? No, that's the 60th. Okay. Yeah, let's select you. We'll get you down into Deedle's unit here soon. I can show you. I think it's more of, well, yeah, research here. tanks. It is 1942. If we started now, it would be just under a year to get it. Where if we wait another 6 months to the year, we'll get it a lot fast. We'll get almost the same speed. So 42 really is the year for the Tigers. Right. Okay, so we're going to finally start letting the clock go as there are sort of remainder British units. We'll get to the Tigers. I want Tigers too. Let's move some of these divisions that are not yet organized into fours. Move them here. And no, I have not moved the SS division south. Mostly just for historical reasons, in that they definitely fought in Greece, but not in North Africa, so I don't know if we need them there. Now for production here, new howitzers. Let's. Yeah, we'll improve our HE 111s. We're keeping these because they. Okay, medium artillery. Okay. Go outdate equipment. I think I could. I didn't do that. I keep clicking the wrong spot. I want to look at the stats for the unit, or for the equipment, not the unit. I sort of know what I'm talking about. No, it's going to be. Oh. I guess click over here. I guess just hover over it. Okay. So, production cost for this is 5.7. IC cost and is it how many days it takes to make that? I don't know. And this is the thing. German artillery got cheaper to manufacture as the war went on. But it's more better, gamer. Yeah. Well, not all, and historically was not always well, I don't know. Because, hey, Starstreak, how are you doing down there? I see you're getting some more, I don't know, Southern Hemispherish. I almost used the A word with g'day, but yes, good day. More better, gamer. So it should cost more. Well, soft attack 12, hard attack 0.6, soft attack 10.5, hard attack 0.52. Right, okay. What makes an art, and I know this sounds like a big complaint session here, but I'm pointing out the realities of the situation. What makes an artillery piece more betterer than the previous model? Well, you know, the only thing that's really an artillery piece is really only dangerous to is the crew that's using it. Quite honestly, I'm sure there are a few cases, but realistically, I don't think an artillery piece, a German artillery piece, killed an American soldier. I'm sure there may be one or two cases, but I don't think a German artillery piece killed an American soldier. A German rifle, I'm sure, killed a bunch of American soldiers. They took that rifle and bashed them over the head with it. What are the Germans doing? Getting an artillery piece up to the top of the hill and going, push! And it rolls down and it smashes into an American truck or something? No. It's the little thingy that comes out of the artillery piece, the artillery shell or round or however you want to say it. That is what hurts American soldiers or Soviets or whoever. The artillery piece doesn't, okay? The artillery piece is just a big lump of metal. And even if you're firing it, maybe, an American was charging it with his bayonet and they fire it and the blast comes, not the round that come out of it, but the muzzle blast hurts some American soldier, but probably not. Okay, so we've now determined that an artillery piece is not at all dangerous on the battlefield to the enemy. Again, the projectile coming out of it is extremely dangerous for those of you who are not paying attention, but the hunk of metal itself is not a dangerous thing. A tank, yeah, it can roll over the top of you. Kill that too. But the artillery piece is not a dangerous thing. So why is one artillery piece more betterer than another? Well, these 105 guns, basically, there was one change that did, not all 105s out there are the same. Meaning sometimes you could either have more powder, we'll call it, behind the round that'll shoot it further, or you can have, the different types of rounds, fragmentary, high explosive or fragmentary or whatever. But you can also simply have a longer projectile that coming out of it. So different nations, 105. It's not like the 18th century where you can stick any cannonball down any other cannon so long as it's not too big to fit down. Because you could put a smaller cannonball, it just wouldn't be very accurate depending on how you're shooting it. But you need the appropriate chambered round for it. But for the sake of this argument, we're talking about the same set of projectiles. Okay. And they did change a bit over the time. But how does, again, for a German one, how does one of these more betterer than another? Well, one of the big things going during the war is making it more simple to manufacture. So less cost to manufacture. 2, making it lighter weight so that you can move it from point A to point B quicker, faster, so that you're not, or with fewer troops or with lighter trucks. So your one gun can be in 3 different places in one day or whatever, so it's, get repositioned around. So it is more mobile. But that is about it. You're not really changing much in the 105 field. So, yeah, you maybe between artillery types are moving to, and possibly things like artillery sights, how accurate you're aiming. Because at least when we're talking German artillery, the tube, and the rifling of it are all going to be pretty equal, at least out of the factory in quality. And yeah, we can talk about, different rounds between, 150 millimeter and 100. This is down here. Okay, this is 110, but I guess just longer barrel or whatever, and the Mauser mortar for this, so yeah, between this thing here and that, because this, you can see this down here, the way this is designed to be worked is the wheels roll it in, and then you crank something here and this pedestal goes down, so the impact here is not being taken on these tires like it is here. It's being taken on the pedestal here, and then the trail back here. So, but this is 121 millimeter, different sort of field piece here. So, and this is like a World War I to that. But, yeah, so there are, and now between this and this is probably more costly, because this, if looking at it, I think a lot of its recoil is just in the wheels, in that I don't know if this cannon breech even moves in the. I'm not, because this looks like a World War I German, and a lot of the or maybe all. I don't know if the term all is correct. When they fired, they would, roll back on the wheels and then be re-put to the position. But maybe they got to where they were. Depends on the type. The French 75 was the first mass-produced, not the first like prototype, but the first mass-produced artillery piece that effectively didn't move when you fired it. Yeah, it went inched back a little bit, but it was called the Fast 75 because you go boom, chink, boom, chink, boom, chink, boom, chink, almost that fast, because each time it fired, it had a recoil system, pneumatic air recoil system in the cannon that absorbed the movement, where like this, and like this may have a pneumatic one down here below, I don't know. It would fire, and it would need to be rolled back into the, if you were going to fire at the same position, need to be rolled back forward, because it was doing so much of its recoil in between each shot. So it was had to be doing that. Oh, you're gonna need to buy a new PC soon. Yes, for a desktop. Yeah, I prefer desktop too. Ragar Starstreak has moved continents, and I don't believe he took his desktop computer when he moved continents. So he has to buy a new PC to have a PC, because he doesn't have a PC now, is what I think is the case. Not going to give away any more details than that. He's free to give away the other things. So more detail as he wishes. When can you get the 88 millimeter gun? Well, I think we already have the 88 millimeter gun. Germany did. I don't know if we do. Look like here, Viva la France. Yes, I visualize I need more bootlets guy. Yeah, so he's PC-less now. He switched continents. Okay, let's see for anti. Okay, yeah, we have the flak 18/36 right now. Heavy anti-air. Or no, so we have that. Right. So, so I am not going to upgrade my artillery. I am not upgrading my light vehicles because, again, they do improve, but they also get more expensive, and I want them cheap. I'm not going to upgrade my medium artillery because I know the answer. I don't know the details, but I know where. Okay, where? Well, no, do we actually have enough? I thought we were. Oh, I guess from somewhere we've got enough old artillery. We have just barely enough, so we're not right now looking to do more. Well, thank you for mentioning submarines, Arno. Yes, thank you. And yes, we are still playing the game while I'm blathering. No, I want to come here. Two things I want to do, and I did look at this last night. Okay, right. What we want to do is we're going to have them to Lorient. No, yeah, I think we can, even though, so we'd like to get them into the Mediterranean or other places. I'm still keeping, I think, just one production line of coastal submarines. Coastal submarines, from at least a game playing standpoint, are still useful. Okay, so I wanted to do that. And so Arno is doing good. We're going to come here. Yeah, all submarines as it is, and we're going to create a fleet there. We're going to select this fleet, and we're going to tell them to come. Well, we'll send them to Brest. So they should come up all the way around to here. So we're going to get our submarines out here. We don't have a whole lot. We do have some out here operating. Took out a convoy. Took out 2 South African convoys. We lost a sub here. So we are sending out, it looks like we lost a sub there. So we are losing a few. We're sending more out there. We lost a convoy here. Okay. Well, the AI, in its infinite wisdom, is thinking that we should supply this. I really wish there was a manual, and if for some reason they put one in and I didn't know, a manual being able to manually do the supply convoys. I wish there was. So we're going to say avoid this. So hopefully it'll turn that off. I mean, the submarine, because I gave them orders to come to here, so the ones that are coming here will avoid here because they don't have to come through here, but they got to come through here to here. I at least like that I can turn off C sectors, but I wish I could. I would happily manually be able to route things. And oh, you mean the anti-tank? Well, okay. So the dual purpose, Arno, that we looked at, anti-tank 88. Well, that's 43 is the earliest we're practically going to get the anti-tank towed pure. Well, like I say, he moved continents, and the I suggested he pull out the components, wrap them up safely, and put them in his luggage, but he basically moved continents with just his luggage, is my understanding, and there was considerable expense to moving anything more in his continental shift of movement. Okay, we're not going to do over here, but for the next national focus, we have decided to move south for the moment to deal with Greece with our mountain troops. I know we could invade Norway, Denmark with just regular. But it is January, and I don't know if winter is going to be the best time to go north. So, Operation Sea Lion, yeah, we're doing that for right now. Send economic assistance to Italy. I think now might be a good time. Oh, it's 56 days. Oh, God. We're sending you military assistance in the sense that we're sending forces down there. 35. I think we're going to reintegrate Alsace-Lorraine and Luxembourg fully. And that is what happened historically. But my understanding here is local resources, because of our current settings, is negative and negative. Well, I mean, taking off so that we're getting like 2% industrial factors between non-core and other problems. And over here in Luxembourg, lots of steel, lots of this, bit more compliance here and whatnot. This, I think, will handle that and will significantly boost. Now, another thing I wanted to do, I did notice last night, and I haven't done it yet with all my blathering. Oh, I hope it's entertaining for those live and later on. We have 16,000 radio equipments. Okay, that's good. We want to keep going with that because we want more and more radios. What's taking up our factory so much? Is it just the start of this? I don't know. Or not. Okay, where's radios? It's here. It's up here somewhere. Okay, let's do that. That will put some more factories into other things that we need as well. Okay, so yeah, I'm probably more sentimental with my stuff, and if I could have at all possibility, I would have probably taken more. Okay, so now at least depending upon, and what I do want to do, okay, what we're going to come here now. First one, oh, I mean, that's just, look, have I said it enough? Do you all know? I hate the state mechanic. You know, you have a single state or single province state down in Gibraltar. Just make every province a single state. I want to put my radar out here. I don't want to put it back here. I want to put my radar out on the edge of Calais. Yes, I know I can do it so that, more and more and more radar happens, levels, so that it gets bigger and bigger picture. But let's do that. Ooh, we got 10 convoys. Very good. Okay, Holiday Punch is back. Very good. 2 convoys there. We did lose 3 convoys and 1 convoy again in stupid AI deciding to send. Okay, well, at least we sort of got, and now we can do more levels. That's we had been researching. I knew we had been. Okay. Well, this helps rate our construction speed, so we'll do that too. We'll get this going. Well, we are currently moving south. Okay, so we are here. You join Deedle's force. Deedle. Yep. They're there. Deedle's force goes to there. Oh, we need to manage air power. Okay, you guys back here. Well, I think we're going to first move. We're going to come over here, and we're going to come up over here. We're going to cover there, and we're going to bring these guys down from central Germany down to here. They're going to come up over here. Okay, let's come back to here and let's, no, we're going to stop that until I get better. Those guys were meant to be interceptors. We're going to send them down here, and we're going to put them up here to better cover down into there. And we're going to come over here and get some Stukas. And they're going to come down here. They're going to bombing operations there. You guys are going to come down here. And we're going to give tactical operations there. I did not use much of this Air Force because I did not contest the battlefield over, or the air battlefield over Low Countries in France, so we're going to go to anti-shipping operations. So I just sort of let it all go, and my ground forces did well enough. But now we have, I hope, a decent chance. To effectively use them to help in the Mediterranean here. Hey, Singh, how you doing, my friend? Invading from... Okay, no, I don't think they're invading from Vichy. You may have seen some British units that had been in that part of France when Vichy was formed. Oh, here you're talking about. Oh, thank you. Yeah, those again are remnant forces. They'll die fast. They have no supply. But thank you. I hadn't noticed that. Thank you. And hello, Zahar, 1904. How you doing? No, I do not read Cyrillic, so if you want me to read it live, about to cut cake. Ah, happy birthday, Sing. Happy birthday. Everyone wish Sing happy birthday over on YouTube. So, now that we're down here, we've got a bunch of planes going after ships. We got aircraft covering those operations, that battle. I'm going to now hope that we get to here without losing any ships or... And yes, I see Arno over on Rumble. Okay, so we've got... Not all these divisions are equal, I guess it was just... They're at least mountain divisions. I'm hoping this isn't too much for the Italians to supply. Joint industrial policy with... Huh? Mutawakitai Kingdom? What the hell? Okay. I can't ever say that I've ever heard of this place. I'm thinking, is it something here? Muslim Sultan? No. Is that somewhere in India, Sing? I don't... That... I don't know where that is. I literally don't know where that is. It's Oman. Okay, Toyjet, thank you. Okay, this is Oman. Okay. Well, don't know why that's popping up, but whatever. Improved gasoline engines, very nice. Thank you, Toyjet. You have a very good grasp of geography then, because I had never heard of it and didn't have a clue that it was even in the Arabian Peninsula area. Mm-hmm. Amounts. F2 turret. Well, yeah, let's do that. And did that open up for us any new tank types or sub versions of tanks? You know, like Dugs or something. No. Smoke dischargers. Maybe I should have been researching smoke dischargers. Well, we'll see about that. And I thought I was pretty damn good about geography. Well, let's see about switching out. Moving down here. The Flight of Rudolf Hess. Deputy Fuhrer. Well, I think we're going to end this episode. Not the live stream. Don't worry, everyone live. Just hang loose. We're going to keep going. But I think this is a good point. Been talking a lot, playing some. I'm going to talk to you a bit. So come back next time we're going to talk a little bit about Rudolf Hess. Very interesting, evil, yes, but still interesting fellow. And also, so I want to thank everyone, particularly Tim, Strongarm, Niagro, Timothy, Sir Toyjet. 2 of those people are in chat. Gary, Garrett, Marcus, Folk, and of course the great Hoffmanator for support over on Patreon. I do appreciate that they have supported me over there. But everyone, all I ask is lick the like button if you're new around here, subscribe, and hey, post a comment. It really helps, either in the live chat or later on. I really do appreciate that. See you next time for more Hearts of Iron.